I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, I mean, everything looks good.
Okay. Do you work out then every day at your studio?
I mix it up. The studio here is big enough to just do some sort of like yoga class or like stretching, or some sort of just like, your own body weight workout. So yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. I swim, I run, I mix it up. So.
Yeah. And I didn't know how much if your bike was there or what you had there. So
yeah, our bike is at home. Just
okay.
My husband can use it too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, good.
Tell me, I've heard people have told me that it can be a little echoey in here. Like, is it echoey on your side at all?
I noticed it a little bit, but it's not overbearing. I mean, when you first spoke, I noticed it, and then I haven't. But now that you say that, if I listen,
I can put headphones in, which I think some people say is better. But
you can try that. I think it's fine how it is, but you can try that and see if it's a little better.
Let me throw them in real fast, and you can tell me if there's any difference. I think it's gotten a little bit better because we've gotten more furniture in here. But in the beginning, when it was totally empty, it was a little echoey.
How far is the studio from your house?
Can you hear me better? Or is it any different?
It's not this different as of yet.
Okay, now I've got both headphones in.
Yeah.
Any different?
No, I can still hear a little bit, but okay. I'm telling you, it's not that bad.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably just do it without them then.
Yeah.
Literally 5 minutes from my house.
Nice.
So it's very convenient, and I just opened it up in January, so it's still relatively new.
Okay. So we're actually recording now. We wanted to make sure it was going as it was. And we've learned something unique each time we've messed up here. So, but because it's just funny. I think we tried to overcomplicate things. Did you want to add anything different to how we did things before? I mean, our second one I thought was better than our first. So hone in on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think like you said, or like we said, that the second one was a little tighter. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, third time around, we'll just be really smooth.
Right. And you have those statistics that you had talked about and such?
I have those statistics here in front of me. Yeah.
Okay, good. And again, I will, so let me make sure I've got the sharing ready to go. Okay, good. So we'll just keep recording and I'll just say 3, 2, 1 and introduce you. I didn't even ask to tell you, when we intend to release this, but I think it'll be probably right away, but I'm still going to refer to it as a live broadcast here. So, okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for another live broadcast. Tony Jones here with Rebel Financial, and our guest today is Sarah Sperry with Sperry Wellness. Thank you for joining us, Sarah.
You're welcome. Great to be here.
Okay. Well, good morning out there in California.
Yep.
So Sarah specializes in health and wellness, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So we'll jump right in and just get a little background so we have an understanding of who you are before we talk about more specifically about your business.
Yeah. Let's see. I recently launched this health coaching business to help chronically stressed, busy, burnt out women specifically, to help manage their careers and really balance their lives a little bit better. We live in a super noisy, stressful world, and sometimes the balance can be tough. I started out working in corporate finance. I went to Virginia Tech on the East Coast and majored in business, and have been working in corporate finance for almost the last 20 years, and kind of decided to pivot after struggling with some health issues on my end, and have launched this business now to help others.
Okay. And you yourself you obviously had a very busy career in the financial services industry, right?
Yeah. I worked for a large asset manager. I was a chief of staff to a CIO. We ran about 100 billion in assets, and I have 3 young kids, and a husband that works, a partner that works too. So yeah, we struggled with the balance. I think when you're not taking care of yourself, your health can take a turn and struggle a little bit, and I experienced that. And so actually found my own coach to kind of help me through some of those issues. And she helped me a lot and kind of inspired me to kind of go this route in terms of my career. So it's been fun, it's been exciting. And I think right now the message, especially during COVID and the work from home environment, my messaging really resonates with women right now. I think we've all seen the statistics, 3 million women leaving the workforce during COVID because of all the struggles and the balance and helping to homeschool kids right now. And so, I think it's really important that women receive support. And that's kind of what I aim to do.
Great. And I do know, I mean, I think about when my father-in-law was sick, it was my wife who was taking care of him. And I think every reasonable person would agree. Females just take on a lot and don't give themselves enough of a break oftentimes. And so taking a step back and getting more of the health and wellness in her life obviously is very important. So,
yeah.
Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'm going to bring up your website and just to show folks, because that will be a good way to segue into showing, exactly how we do things. So you can see your website here, correct?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So sperrywellness.com is a great place to start. So you can see exactly the things that we're talking about here. I guess I had already started it. So the one thing I'll ask you right away, because I do think this is a perfect summary, of kind of what your business is. So can you give us a little overview, on the 6 steps here that we're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I think the homepage of any website should be succinct and try to summarize your service in pretty simple format and simple language. And so, yeah, I mean, I've really built this program around kind of how to resolve, your burnout in 6 simple steps. You can see them listed there, so I won't read them. But yeah, I mean, I think none of this is rocket science. I think the problem is putting it all together and remembering to do it when you live a busy life and you're constantly, connected to email and worried about work and worried about, the mental health of your kids and what's going on in your house and feeding your house healthy foods. So, the program is really built around really providing tips and strategies around, taking care of yourself so that you can take care of everyone else around you.
Okay. And again, so a great place to come down here. And this, a good way to get introduced to you, the free 3-minute discovery session to learn more about who you are and how you can help people. And then over here, right, this is where we would see the packages or the standard ways, right, in which you help people.
Yeah. I offer out the 6-month coaching package goes a little bit more in depth and gives a client a little more accountability. It's 12 one-on-one sessions over the 6-month period. And we cover topics, like burnout, mindfulness, how to reinvent your workout routine to kind of help with your stress levels, healthy eating strategies. So, there's different topics that we cover during the 12 sessions. And then the 3-month option is just a little lighter version. It's a little bit more self-paced and maybe geared towards someone that's a little bit more self-motivated.
Okay. We talked about this. I mean, where are you finding the biggest need for folks, for the ladies that are coming to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think right now the feedback that is really resonating with clients that I've seen so far is women and men too. I don't want to just pigeonhole this to only women, but Mainly the clients and the people that I'm talking to on a daily basis are women, are career focused women. And what's really resonating is the kind of session and the topic and the discussion around what burnout is and how we define burnout. Because some people don't even really understand what that means. People think it's just, oh, I'm a little tired and stressed out, but it's kind of a whole nother level where your body is just really starting to like break down and shut down because of the chronic stress levels, and your cortisol levels are heightened on a like chronic daily basis, and so that can affect people in lots of different ways. And I think once women are aware that what burnout is and what it exists, how it exists in your body, and the symptoms, then I think people from there, once you build awareness, people can start to solve for it. I think women are really, most of the women I talk to are very motivated. They're very career focused. They want to be financially independent. In fact, one of the statistics I pulled was that women control 51% of the personal wealth in the US, and that's expected to grow over 40% over the next 10 years. Women really want to be in the workforce, and hopefully with some help, my goal is to keep people in that game.
Okay, well, cool. So I did, some of the things that I enjoyed coming, and learning more about it was also your blog. So, and you're doing some periodic writing as well. So it's a great place for people to come and see a little bit more. I mean, 3 ways to find your purpose. I'm wondering for yourself, so you've been doing this, some good things have come from COVID, right? Some benefits that we've had, and one would be your business and such. What have you learned? I mean, what have you, looking back now, almost a year, right? You're coming up on a year. What have you learned about, yourself or doing, working with other ladies throughout this process so far?
What have I learned? I mean, a lot. Obviously, starting, I've always worked for a large corporate company where you have marketing departments and you have people that, you can go to for web design. So launching your own small business, you're kind of, figuring all this out on your own. You don't have departments to do it all for you. So obviously, I've learned a lot about launching a small business. I've learned a lot about, marketing myself. But in terms of, what I've learned in seeing clients is that I think there can be some embarrassment and shame around women needing help in this area. I think we go out there and whatever field you're in, you put on your work face and you try to block out everything else, and you don't want to admit sometimes that you need help because you want to come off to your boss or to the group around you that you are doing a good job, and you're going for the career oriented promotion and the raise. But I think in the end, women do really struggle with these kinds of topics and these kinds of things when they're trying to raise a family. And so, my message is that there shouldn't be shame in this. That we all need help at times. Finding your village is really important. You need to have people around you to support you. Going to your boss or going to, using your company's wellness benefits. Those are all areas to explore.
Yeah. Well, the way you talked about this too, I mean, I think companies know how important it is for people, but it's not easy for them to put something totally comprehensive in place. So a lot of them, like our company offers kind of a stipend to go and use it for yourself. So.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And I think companies are really starting, especially during COVID, to reevaluate their benefit packages and making sure that there's mental health support and other sorts of wellness benefits, like a stipend for a gym membership or, whatever it is, sort of wellness topic you want to use that money for.
When you think about the ladies out there that could use your help, I mean, because you had mentioned they might not even know they're burnt out. And to me, it might be as simple as, just realizing you need someone you can talk to or to work with. You would be a great resource for that. But how would you word that in terms of somebody who might not know they need the help, but what might they be feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I think, the way that I pitch it sometimes to people is spending, 2 hours a month focusing on yourself and how you can better yourself to be more productive. So productivity, we talk about productivity a lot in our world and in our careers. And obviously being productive at work is important, but if we're not well, we're probably not going to be productive at work. So I think when it's put like that, there is a light bulb that goes on for people.
Okay. So one last look here at the website. So again, sperrywellness.com. So that's a great place to get started, where you could contact and come into contact with Sarah, and easy enough to reach out to her through the website. So, well, listen, again, it was great talking to you. I appreciate the time. Good luck and continued growth. But otherwise, everybody, thank you for joining us and have a great week.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Great to meet you.